Hello everyone, let's continue chapter 17 about higher derivatives and application. Now we will discuss about maximum and minimum values in topic 17.3. So today's learning outcome is you will be able to use the first and the second derivative to find the largest and least value of a variable in a practical problem. In previous section, we saw how the first and second derivative can be used to find the maximum and minimum point of a given curve. Let us now apply it in a practical problem, and we relate it to find the largest or least value of a variable. Also in examples in previous sessions, you can see that in the curve y equal 3x squared minus 6x plus 1, this curve has only one stationary point, which is 1, minus 2, and this is a minimum point. For x equals 1 and y that is minus 2, we also can say that this curve has a minimum value minus 2. The value usually will be referring to the value of y, and it is minus 2 at x equals 1. Before we proceed, let us first review in general for a function y equal fx. If dy dx equals 0, we will find out a stationary point, and it happened at x equals a. We substitute x equals a and we got fa, which is later be called a stationary value of y. If dy dx equals 0 only at x equals a and the second derivative is positive, then fa, the value of y, will be minimum value. If dy dx equals 0 only at x equals a and the second derivative is less than 0 or negative, then when we substitute it to the function at x equals a, fa will be a maximum value of y. Now let us see how the application of first and second derivative in practical problems. Basically, the solving principle is still the same, but it will be having a bit different in the form of the problem. Example 1. We have two positive numbers, which is x and y, vary in such a way that xy is 18. Another number z is defined by z equals 2x plus y. Find the values of x and y for which z has a stationary value and show that this value of z is a minimum. So we will start from z, which is 2x plus y, and since it is about stationary value, we will make z in one variable only, so that's why we here prepare the substitution of y. Y is 18 over x, and this relation is already given. Then for z equals 2x plus y, we can make it become one variable, 2x plus 18 over x, and we can differentiate z against x. We have dz dx is 2 minus 18 over x squared. We make it equal 0 to have the stationary value of x. And we have x equals, since x is positive, then x only equals 3. And the value of y, we can substitute it back to the original value of y. Y is 18 over 3, so that y is 6. Let's continue to the second derivative. The second derivative of dz dx, it becomes 36 over x cubed. When x equals 3, we can substitute and obtain that the second derivative will be 4 over 3, and this is a positive value. Since it is a positive, then z will be having a minimum value at x equals 3. Then the function z equals 2x plus 18 over x, for which x greater than 0, has only one stationary value, which occurs when x equals 3, and it is a minimum value. Let's continue to example 2. we have an open paper box with a square base of side x centimeter, which is made from a Vanguard sheet of area 75 centimeter square. Show that its volume V centimeter cube is given by V equals 1/4 times 75x minus x cube. Find the value of x for which V is maximum and find the maximum volume. So since, again, it is about maximum and minimum, we will relate this with stationary point first. For the given volume, we will imagine the diagram first. Since it is a square base, so we know that the side will be x, and the height we will suppose it as h. Let the height of the box be h, then the total surface area of the box will be the area of the Vanguard sheet needed. The total surface area of the box will be x squared plus 4x times h. This is the base, and 4 times xh will be the curved surface area bounded the base. And since it is open, so you will not multiply x squared with 2. X squared plus 4xh will be 75. And here, actually this is the relation for making h as a function of x. So that later, when we need the volume to be differentiated, it will be only in a variable of x. Then, v is x squared multiplied with 75 minus x squared over 4x. And it will be 1/4 times 75x minus x cubed. So this will be always the same. You will have a relation to relate the variable with the other variable, and you will have a function to be differentiated in one variable only. Now let's continue to the first derivative to find out the stationary point. dv dx will be 1/4 multiplied with 75 minus 3x squared. And dv dx can be simplified like this, and we make this equal 0 for find out the stationary value. When dv dx equals 0, we will find out that x equals 5, since x must be a positive one, because it is a side. Then when x equals 5, we will continue to the second derivative. Since dv dx is already obtained in previous one, it is 1/4 times 75 minus 3x squared. So we can just make the derivative of this minus 3/4x squared, so that the result is minus 3/2x. For x equals 5, we will substitute the value in here, and we found out that the value of the second derivative at x equals 5 is minus 5/2. Since it is less than 0, then we can conclude that the volume is maximum when x equals 5, and the maximum volume, in here we have to calculate the volume when x equals 5. We calculate it 1/4 multiplied with 75 times 5 minus 5 cubed. This is the volume, and this volume is 62.5, which is the maximum one. In conclusion, for finding maximum or minimum value, what we will need to do is, first, imagine the problems into diagram and state it into mathematical equation. The second, turn into one variable the function which maximum or minimum value to be found. And then the last one, apply the first and second derivative to answer the problem. So that's all for today. We will continue it later in the next meeting for discussing other examples. See you soon. Bye bye.